Welcome back to Shadow Warfare, the place where hidden truths are exposed, spiritual battles are revealed, and darkness is confronted with light. If you're new here, this channel is not about entertainment. It's about awareness. It's about opening your eyes to the battles many people ignore, but still suffer from. Today's message is not for the casual listener. It's for those who have felt something was wrong, but couldn't explain it. Tonight, we're diving into a chilling revelation, an ex-witch confession about the 4 body parts they target at 3 a.m. and why most believers never protect them. Before you scroll away, listen carefully, because what you're about to hear might explain things in your life that never made sense. Have you ever woken up suddenly at 3 a.m. for no reason? Felt pressure on your body? Strange pain that doctors can't fully explain? Sudden fear, anxiety, or heaviness out of nowhere? What if I told you some of these things are not random? Stay with me. The ex-witch begins by explaining that spiritual attacks are rarely loud or obvious. They are subtle, strategic, silent. The goal is not just to harm, but to weaken, confuse, and slowly drain a person over time. And according to her, there are 4 specific areas of the human body that are commonly targeted. The first is the head. Not just physical pain, but the mind itself. Thoughts, focus, clarity. She explained that attacks on the head are meant to create confusion, overthinking, anxiety, and mental exhaustion. When your mind is clouded, your decisions weaken. When your thoughts are scattered, your direction is lost. This is why so many people feel overwhelmed for no clear reason. Why negative thoughts seem to come out of nowhere. Why peace becomes difficult to hold on to. Because if your mind is unstable, everything else follows. This is where emotions and spiritual sensitivity are often felt. According to her, this area is attacked to create fear, heaviness, and emotional instability. Sudden sadness, anxiety that feels physical. Tightness that has no clear medical cause. When the chest feels heavy, your spirit feels burdened. Your confidence drops, your courage fades. And slowly you begin to doubt yourself. The third area is the stomach. This might surprise you, but she emphasized that this is one of the most frequently targeted parts, not just for physical discomfort, but for energy depletion, fatigue, lack of motivation, a constant feeling of being drained. Think about it. How many people feel tired all the time, even after resting? How many lose motivation without understanding why? When your energy is low, you stop moving forward. And the fourth, perhaps the most overlooked, is the back, especially the spine. She described it as a support system of the body, not just physically, but symbolically. When this area is affected, people feel unsupported, unstable, and weak. Back pain, tension, and heaviness can make even simple tasks feel difficult. But beyond that, it creates a deeper feeling, like you're carrying something invisible. Now here's the part that should really make you think. She said most people never protect these areas. Not physically, not mentally, not spiritually. They go to sleep without awareness, without preparation, without guarding their peace. And that's where the vulnerability begins. But listen carefully. This is important. Fear is not the solution. Awareness is. Because once you become aware, you start taking control. You begin to guard your thoughts. You pay attention to your emotions. You take care of your body. You strengthen your mindset. And suddenly you're not as easy to shake. The truth is, whether you believe in spiritual attacks or not, these 4 areas are real points of weakness in everyday life. Your mind can be overwhelmed. Your emotions can be shaken. Your energy can be drained. Your body can feel burdened. And if you ignore these, life becomes harder than it needs to be. So what do? You become intentional. You protect your peace before sleep. You avoid feeding your mind with negativity. You learn to calm your thoughts instead of letting them run wild. You take care of your physical health. Because a strong body supports a strong mind. You stay grounded. Because the strongest defense is not fear, it's awareness, discipline, and inner strength. Let me tell you something most people won't say. Not everything is an attack, but not everything is random either. Sometimes What we experience is the result of stress, habits, environment, and mental overload. And sometimes it's deeper. But either way, the solution remains the same. You strengthen yourself. You don't live in fear of the night. You prepare for it. You don't panic when something feels off. You observe it. You don't assume you're powerless. Because you're not. The S's ended her conversation with something unexpected. She said the people who were hardest to affect were not the ones who were afraid. They were the ones who were aware, disciplined, and mentally strong, people who controlled their thoughts, people who guarded their peace, people who didn't let fear control them. That's the real message here. Not fear, not panic, but awareness. So tonight, when you go to sleep, don't do it carelessly. Clear your mind. Release your stress. Create a calm environment. And most importantly, remind yourself that you are not weak and you are not unprotected. Because the moment you understand yourself, you become harder to disturb. If this message opened your eyes, stay connected to shadow warfare. This is just the beginning. There are things most people ignore, but once you see them, you can't unsee them. And sometimes that's exactly what you need.